Yeah, that's nasty work, right? Like that's a highly unpleasant experience. Mm, because we all want to believe that we live in accordance with our values, right? I think that's everybody's fondest hope. And really looking at the ways that's not possible. And I tell you that, first there was feedback, and then there's like self-discovery, where I remember one very grim day where I realized that even when I was living in what I would think to myself was like strict and firm adherence to some of my values, that those values themselves had terrible shadows, that firm adherence turned out to be problematic as opposed to somehow life-giving. And that as I looked at each of the values, I had been trying to get closer to a kind of rigid adherence to these values. Each of them was one side of a polarity, and a rigid adherence to one of them meant that I was completely neglecting the other side of the polarity and leaving the whole system weak. And then I thought, I mean, I really, in that moment, I thought, I'm just going to go to bed. Like, I can't even cope with this idea. This idea is so dismaying. Like, maybe there's nothing to be done. I need a nap. That was my like throwing up my hands and thinking words I probably shouldn't say on a podcast, but this was
Please do.
I mean, it really was like, oh, well, fuck the whole enterprise was basically the thing that happened for me. And then I was lost for some time. And then the enterprise became actually kind of delicious. Like, oh, so there's nothing straightforward about this. But actually, the dance is super interesting. And since it can't be mastered, it also can't, there's no shame in not mastering the dance because it's unmasterable. And that makes the whole enterprise, for me, much more pleasant and satisfying.